Lucio and who
And
the
then
other
what
cops?
happened? Grandma got in a car accident with Aaron, and then they moved into the house.
Yeah, she had left with Aaron. At that point, Aaron was like in a laundry basket, like a straw laundry basket. That's how she could carry
No
him.
car seat.
Like Moses?
Like Moses, yeah. And
Smoking a cigarette with all the windows closed.
It was maybe an hour. It was maybe a mile, maybe 2 miles away from the house.
Right.
And
You lived at 603. Where was the store?
It's like a mile.
It was right across from the Swartz Highway down the lake. And she had left to go work at the store at 4 o'clock or something, and she fell asleep and hit a tree. And the police brought her home, and she had like a little cut on her forehead, and that was it. Then they made the business down the basement.
Yeah,
Rather
but
you fall asleep down the basement while
It
slicing.
just made it. Well, the point was, it just made it so much easier for her once she was in the basement.
Yeah, but wait a minute. You left out the big melodramatic scene because my father is at the store.
Yeah.
You know, where's Miriam?
Well, I wasn't going to say
I
that.
want to sit like this, Daddy.
You want to sit on my lap?
And finally,
Yeah.
he got in the car and he drove back to the house. And on his way back, he saw the car smashed up against the telephone pole. And then he, zoomed back to the house, burst in through the front door, and my mother's sitting at the table, and he burst in through the house, and we're all standing there. And he goes, "Darling, are you okay?"
Yeah.
No, what really happened?
Shocking. It was the first time ever, before or since, that we ever heard.
He really said that?
That's
Really?
exactly
Yeah,
what he
I
said.
never heard that story.
Right.
Oh, I thought that was a joke.
I thought
No.
it was
I thought it was.
like,
I thought it was,
idiot,
darling.
fool.
Darling, are you okay? Let's go.
Yeah,
The blind man's waiting for a sandwich.
that
the blind
was
man.
the point. The point was, he
He said, "Darling,
and
are
we
you
all
okay?"
looked.
And we all looked at each other like,
Wow. Who was he talking to?
Is there someone behind us I don't see? Is there someone back there?
Really?
Yeah.
I hate to say it, she needs to get in a few more accidents. I was all downhill.
Well, then
from
she
there.
had you, David. Yes.
Yeah.
Another accident.
No, she had Aaron in the car.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was
Yeah, let's get the timeline.
Timeline, right.
Ooh, little risky there.
So a little risque. So, really, very shortly after that, they just, put some
So
stuff
they
in
were
the
making the
basement.
sandwiches in the house and then selling them at the store, or they were making everything at the store? Like
No,
No,
they never
everything,
sold it.
nothing was at the house. First, it was at the store. It was a little
Just
shop.
as a place to make
I
them.
didn't know they had a store.
Oh,
I thought it
It
was
was
always
just a
out of the
place to
house.
make them.
No, it was a little,
No.
it was a little
Just
shop.
think of that. Rock walls. Practically a dirt
Unheated.
floor.
Completely
Unheated. Okay, they had an industrial sink.
And the Board of Health approved it.
And the board, oh my God, like when you think about it.
Yeah.
And no one,
Tell you something.
no one,
Okay.
no one
Gonna take
got
some-
sick.
Yeah, everybody was fine with the
Yeah,
sandwiches,
well,
right?
they always called up ahead of time and said, "We're coming by," and,
So let me,
Clean up, right?
let
So
me
you were
ask-
down there, those stairs were very creaky, it was dark and everything, and he had a cousin, well, the cousin's husband, came to visit us for some reason. He was also an optometrist. We all got glasses from him, but I mean, we never had relatives over, hardly from his side of the family. Never. I don't know why he came by. He came by for some reason. It was pretty much. I think it was unannounced. And Sam was working down the basement, and Foster went down those creaky steps, and right before he got to the bottom, he said, "Board of Health."
Oh, did he really? It was a rage.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I never heard that.
Yeah, I was a little surprised.
I don't know if it's in here. Oh,
What were you gonna say?
Ben, I was going to say, Ben, I so often think of the visits that your dad would make, and I certainly then, but, over the years, think of how hard it must have been for him to see my mother, because he loved her so much, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
were both so close.
Oh yeah.
And it must have
Yeah.
been very difficult for him to see her living that way and being treated that way, and
I think as I get older, and I was older before he died, I grew to understand that more. But when I was a little kid and I used to go there, first of all, I was too young to even comprehend or understand. And secondly, you wouldn't talk to a little kid about it,
yeah.
Yeah,
But I didn't really understand all that until I was older.
very true.
But
Yeah.
it broke his
Yeah.
heart. Yeah.
Yeah, must have been very hard for him because he loved her so much,
Oh my God.
And
Who was the old
Well, he was the one.
No, Miriam.
Miriam,
Remember,
Sarah,
he was the one who he was the one who
Mercy,
allowed us
Miriam.
to move into the house in Alabama Street.
that's right.
Because if if Uncle Eddie
Uncle Eddie,
hadn't,
did
if
you know
Uncle
that?
Eddie hadn't,
Yeah,
if
I-
Uncle Eddie had not turned over
It's like 17.
GI loan.
I wanted to place me on
Kara, please come here.
Did you know that? Did you know his own brother wouldn't give him that money?
Wait, I didn't hear that.
Sydney, his
Hold on 1 second, because I want to get this on video. Hold on. Kara, come here. Okay, go get it. We want to get this story. Is that recording right now or no?
No, the thing's shut.
Okay. Come here. I want to
Well, it started again, whatever it
And
is.
then he worked and made his
life
way to
in
the
the
United
forward
States.
momentum of the family, we never would have been able to go from an apartment, any apartment, into our own home.
I had no
Not
idea.
alone.
I didn't
You didn't know that? And then how many years
Good.
later, when my father was dying, when he was dying,
Yeah.
he talked about Uncle Eddie.
yeah.
Only
Uncle
nice thing he ever
Eddie
said about
left-
anybody.
Is that-
No, really. He talked about Uncle
So
Eddie
was
and
there
said,
no money to buy the house? What was
if it wasn't for Uncle Eddie,
It
we
was
never
the
would have
vet-
had that house.
The Veterans Administration had a special mortgage thing only for veterans who had been in the war. And you had a one-time allotment to be able to, it was like a given down payment for a house. But it was transferable. And Uncle Eddie transferred it to Pa.
It was maybe $8,000 or $9,000 or something.
Yeah,
I think.
it was a
Which you could buy the
substantial amount
house.
of money that allowed him to buy the house on Alabama Street.
And of course,
He owned the house in Alabama Street?
Yeah.
We did, yeah, we lived there.
I thought
well, I don't know if there was ever a
apartment.
mortgage on it. Did he own it?
Sure, there was a
I thought the-
mortgage.
was a
Yeah.
mortgage.
I thought the first house they owned was new.
No,
No, Alabama Street.
Alabama